I'll Be Sure ain't hurt nobody. How y'all doing? It's your boy, the Flykingi, live from the palace to talk about the season finale, Mother of the Year of the all-new show on FX, Pose, which just ended their first season, which was spectacular. I love how they closed it. So let's talk about it. So tonight, we go through everyone's storyline and everything kind of comes together, you know. Last we saw Elektra, she was not doing too well. Her house got taken from her. You know, she got a new pussy. So her man got taken from her, and you know, this episode we saw her and she's sleeping on park benches, and she's, you know, being a call girl, and she's dancing, and I'm just like, it was cringeworthy. It was like, come on, Elektra, you guys to get this together, sister. So as she's dancing, you know, the coins start coming in, you know, and all that type of stuff. And then, you know, the curtain comes up one night, and it's her daughter, her ex-daughter, Blanca. So they had dinner, and she's talking, and they're going back and forth. And, you know, it was interesting because I hope next season they focus on Elektra's backstory, because for Elektra to be so cold-hearted and have this attitude that you shouldn't trust nobody or you shouldn't or whatever, that's her motto, that, you know, that comes from someone who has been through a lot of trauma, that you feel like you can't trust anyone. Hold on, let me take my glasses off because they be talking about they can't see me. Hey, guys. So that was a lot of tea. So she ends up moving into the house of Evangelista because she was sleeping on park benches, and we just cannot have Elektra. I don't care what she's done. We cannot have the Elektra sleeping on the Central Park benches. So then we have Ricky and Damon trying out. You can see they're auditioning for something, and they end up getting it, but it was for I'll Be Sure's video. I didn't even know Ricky could dance like that. Maybe he danced in another episode and I missed it, but he had his little crop top. I was like, get it, sis. Get it, sis. He was getting it then. It was for I'll Be Sure. Now, a lot of people might not know who I'll Be Sure is, but girl, if you don't know, girl, I'ma school you, girl. Play the clip. I'll be sure to tell you, bitch, I'll be sure it was popping, girl. So anyways, he does that. Blanca ends up going to Damon's school and talking to his teacher, his dance instructor, and he finds out that, you know, Blanca finds out that Damon got a scholarship for his next semester in dance school. And just to think of everything that Damon has been through, from his dad slapping him on that first episode, you know, for finding out that he was gay and finding that magazine in his bag, and his mom kicking him out, and him sleeping on the streets, and him not even going to try out for dance school. He got chickened out at the minute, and Blanca dragged him up there and, you know, went in and got him in, and then he was trying it, showing up late, and he was sick that time. Just all the things that he's been through in this journey of wanting to become who he is, and to see him to be able to have these opportunities like go on tour with I'll Be Sure and get a scholarship for next semester. It was just great to see that. But the issue was, am I going to go on tour with I'll Be Sure and Ricky, my boyfriend, or am I going to continue in dance studies? Of course, his mom, Blanca, thinks that he should continue dancing, and I agree with her, because it's kind of like, you don't realize how you can be great at something, but when you perfect your craft, you don't realize that you're great today. But imagine if you keep perfecting your craft, how much greater you'll be. If you're already getting I'll Be Sure tour contracts, just imagine in a year if you keep at it, the endless possibilities. And I like what Blanca said. She's a very good mother. We'll talk about that later. But she said that, what's a job if you don't have another one lined up? I said, oh, I hope the girls was listening. So shout out to Damon. That was lit for him. So here we go. Then we see this. Then I see this fucking bun in the back and this I Love Lucy get up, and I'm like, oh, here go this bitch Patty. What she want? She at home scrubbing shit off the wall, and you know, Stan come knocking on the door. So he comes to the door, and I'm surprised she even let him in, but she let him in. And he's like, well, what's going on with the wall? And she says that her daughter is acting out. So she, at that point, I said to myself, like, she's going to be open to Stan coming back in or coming back into the picture, because obviously the kids are upset, because what parents don't understand is that What you're going through with your spouse is what you're going through. The children are always going to look at their mommy and daddy as mommy and daddy. You get what I'm saying? So your husband cheated on you. He didn't cheat on his daughter. He didn't cheat on his son. He might have did a disservice to them by cheating on their mommy, but the reality and the bottom line is children are going to look at their mommy and daddy as the mommy and daddy. They're not going to understand all the other bullshit till later on in life, way later on in life. So she want to see her daddy. So yeah, she acting out because she don't understand why she can't see her daddy. And even if you explain it to her, she's going to be like, okay, bitch, but that's still my daddy. At the end of the day, that's still my daddy. Ain't no other nigga could be my daddy. So she started laying down the law like you can move back in, but you got to get a regular job around here because I want to go get my master's. Now, what I would have told the bitch was, hold up, ho, because just because I cheated on you, that don't mean you get to dictate how the fuck my life is going to go. But, you know, Stan was just fucking with it because he's so fucking confused on his life and his sexuality at this point. And Angel, poor Angel back at the house of Evangelista, she's so fucking heartbroken. Blanca like, bitch, you want to talk about that? She like, talk about what, girl? Talk about that broken ass heart. And you know, I love that moment between Angel and Blanca because Blanca ended up finally sharing the fact that she was HIV positive. And it was unfortunate that she just told her like it was like, I'm gonna die, I'm like a ticking time bomb. But unfortunately in the 1980s it was like that, especially for gay people, because it was a disease that was looked at that only gay people got. And in 2008, people don't give a fuck about gay people. Maybe a little bit more people than they did back in 88, you know what was going on, but back then they didn't give a fuck. So them faggots is dying, they said good, let them faggots burn in hell. And that's just how it was, you know what I'm saying? I didn't say that, I'm just saying that's what they used to have said back in the 1980s. If you don't know, Google it, honey. But so Electra has moved into the house of Evangelista, which is crazy, and of course she's still being a diva, even though this bitch got scooped up off a Central Park bench. And Blanca ends up saying like, girl, you're depressed because you're not who you were, so we're gonna get you a job so you don't have to be dancing out, you know, being a call girl, because that's just not you and I just don't see it for you. That's what Blanca said. So Blanca got her to apply, similar like she did with Damien, and making him sign up for dance school. She's a really good mother, but again, we're gonna talk about that later. She gets Electra to sign up for this, to apply for this upscale restaurant in New York. And as soon as they said it, I was like, that's the perfect job for Electra. That's the perfect job for Electra. So anyways, while Blanca was at a ball one night, right? She goes to the bar or whatever to get a drink, and she noticed the bartender is staring at Pray Tell, who's doing the announces. You know, she's doing her thing and admiring him. So she ends up getting his number for Pray Tell. But you know, Pray Tell just broke up with, I don't know if I want to say he broke up with his boyfriend or his boyfriend kind of, you know, passed away. His boyfriend passed away. So I don't know if that's breaking up or I don't know what you would, whatever you want to call it. His boyfriend passed away from, you know, him HIV. I started to say the whole name, but I'm just going to say HIV. Humane Indeficiency Virus. What's it called? It's something like that. It's something like that. And then AIDS is something immune deficiency syndrome. Something. I don't know, girl. Google it. But so he had HIV. He passed away. We know that. So he wasn't really with it. He ends up calling the man because it's like his boyfriend did tell him like, I want you to move on and be happy and whatever. And the nigga was cute. So girl, call him, girl. Fuck that. So they end up going to the same restaurant that Electra is working at. Where Electra's sitting there sickening me. I love Electra. So they end up going and he ends up telling the boy like, oh, I got HIV. You'd think I'm the only guy that dated positive. And it's funny because unfortunately it's like that in the gay community. I don't have HIV, but I would imagine you have to tell all of your partners or someone you're potentially dating that you have HIV, and then think about what their response to that is going to be. Do they want to get up and leave? But the reality of it is that You know, a lot of people have HIV, and HIV isn't the end of the world. And, you know, you'll be surprised how many people, like the guy said, like, you're not the first person, like, we're gay, sis. Like, you're not the first person that I've dated with HIV. We'll just use protection. And then it's kind of like if we're getting to know each other, like, we haven't even gotten to the stage of worrying about fucking. Because the only person who will have an issue with you having HIV that you're dating is someone who really just wants to fuck you. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, sis. So, like, think about Flykingi from the House of Nas, NAS. Niggas ain't shit. That's the number one rule. If you tell a nigga your status and he out the door because of that, girl, fuck him because he only wants to fuck you anyway. So after that, we're at the glamorous, the fabulous Princess Ball. And now we're being formally introduced to the House of Ferocity, who have been working tirelessly. Miss Lulu and Miss Candy, shady, cunty, bun asses, are there, and they've done recruited bitches from Forever 21. They done recruited a bitch from McDonald's. They done recruited a bitch from the Popeyes. They done recruited every bitch that was available to walk this motherfucking ball, including Poppy from the House of Evangelista. So they're there, and they come up to Blanca, and I didn't like how they came at Blanca because they was supposed to be, I thought Lulu and Blanca was cool, and Candy was like trying to go in on Blanca like, oh, you beast looking bitch, and it was going in on her. And it was funny because I was getting mad because I was like, it couldn't have been me that Candy came to, because I was like, bitch, ain't you the same bitch that was putting flicks of flat in your ass because you couldn't win a fucking category? I would just say, first of all, both you bitches together don't equal one mother, and I'm the mother bitch. But we'll talk about that later. So Blanca got a little emotional. I guess she was kind of feeling like, sometimes you're in a space of positivity and some mad ass, cunny ass bitches come through and they try you and you don't even want to throw the shade back because it's like, I'm not even in that place right now. But at the same time, Blanca, bitch, fuck them hoes, because I would have been like, bitch, I have 2 fucking children in my house that are fucking about to go on a world tour with fucking I'll Be Sure. Roll the fucking clip. So I'll be sure to tell that bitch Candy, that bitch, when y'all get some kids on tour, let me fucking know. So then she's in there crying. And I'm sitting here like, Blanca, don't be in there fucking, don't be in the dressing room fucking crying. And then bitch, B-I-T-C-H, bitch, Electra comes in the fucking dressing room with this sickening gown and this sickening updo and this sickening wings. Bitch, you know who she remind me of? She remind me of when Whitney Houston was Brandy fairy godmother in Cinderella, and she came through, impossible, impossible, impossible. Bitch, she came in there looking like Whitney Houston reincarnated, bitch. I was like, oh my God, Electric was everything. And she came in there and said, you know what, you reminded me of my power, you reminded me of who I am, and your kindness was just so overbearing. So she ends up, Electra ends up walking with the House of Evangelista, reading the dog fuck out of Lulu and Miss Candy on behalf of Blanca. Because she told the bitches, bitch, y'all are not more ferocity. Y'all bitches ain't fiercer than my bowl of cornflakes this morning. Bitch, I had to pause that shit, bitch. I was like, yes, Electra, get them hoes together. They fucking tried it. So she ends up walking the ball. Poppy ends up coming back to the house, even though in my opinion, I wouldn't have let Poppy back because you fucking tried it. Once you jump over to the ops with me, and maybe it's a cancer thing, bitch, we don't play that loyalty shit, bitch. Once you hop over to the ops, bitch, you can't hop back, bitch. We built a cement wall, a fucking chain behind that, 2 locks, 2 guards with machine guns, bitch. And Donald Trump behind that motherfucker, who is about to build another wall behind that motherfucker, bitch. You cannot come back. Once you done went to the ops, you can't come back. So they end up winning all of these trophies, and I'm just so happy for Blanca, to the point where Candy starts voguing, and this bitch have no rhythm, and pray tell had to read the dog fuck out of this bitch once again, walking a category that's just not for her. I don't know if any category is for Candy at this point. Fuck her. So, but I guess every show gotta have a villain, but I don't like that bitch Candy. And it was funny because the person that plays Candy, I forgot her name. She said on Instagram, like, please, I think her name is Angelina or something like that. She put like, please remember that I'm playing a character, so don't be in the comments going in on me. And I was like, girl, you had to announce that because you know your character fucking tried it. So anyways, they announced the Mother of the Year, and it goes to Blanca, and they gave her all her praises about, you know, just how she's inspired so many people and brought so many people up from where, you know, she's come from a place and everyone's always giving her a hard time, and she has a lot of heart, and I really fuck with Blanca. At first, I didn't really fuck with Blanca like that. She was doing some shit that was irritating me, but as the season went by, I've grown to really love Blanca. I really, really love Blanca. I love her house, and I'm so happy to see what happens in the future. And it's crazy because everything ended on such a light and inspiring note. It's kind of like, how are they going to bring the drama next season? Like, is Candy and Lulu going to bring something back crazy, like come with something crazy? Like, is Blanca, you know, symptoms, you know, is she gonna succumb to, you know, HIV next season? Is Pray Tell gonna succumb to, you know, having HIV next season? Like, what's gonna happen? I guess we'll find out. So y'all tweet Ryan Murphy. Y'all let me know what she says, and I will see you on the next one.